Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach. I think I have a plan now, and let's just power through this. So we're no longer going to do this. We're going to do that in these methods, specifically in build handler, because that builds the handler. Afterwards, I think I put a to-do down here. Yes. So let's split the screen. Okay. And what we want to do is take what is done up in here down here. And we're going to do a right line at the end because we want to have nice space. So here what we're going to do is say, you know what? This is just Rock's argument. No, Rock's handlers. We don't need a method identifier here. We don't need that. What we do need is to know things. I drink and I know things. We need to know, do we have a callback? Do we have, yes, this one, if it's 0, this one would just be global rocks handler. Because we don't have we have an open generic, so that, what I just said. But what we do need here now is what we just built up top here, right? Callback delegate name, return type name. Yes. This is what we actually need. So that goes right here. Well, like that. Okay. You don't know what return type is. Darn it. Yeah, we can't. Well, we could. No, wait a minute. We could say here, we have handler base type. Could we also say handlers base type? Get projected handler fully qualified name. Two names. I didn't even notice that. But I did now, which is good, I think. What I could, okay, so what I could do here is at least say this is almost like that, except completely different because it's going to be handlers. This one is what? Projected handler fully qualified name. Oh, this is for the, oh boy. I feel so, no, I shouldn't feel defeated. Because I would still just need projected handler name, which is handler for that. Fully qualified name. Yeah, that's just, okay. I think what we would want here is, we also need, there. And then we don't need this here. Whatever this is, that's what we're going to put in there. And that should work, right? It should work. Will work. Absolutely will work. So we're going to grab this and we're going to say here. Now, if it's that, we say rocks handler. Yeah. We say private, not all the way to the end. But what we want is that. Otherwise, it needs to be that because we need to do all the casting. And we're done. Add the handler's type. So now let me review this. We come through, we get the handler base type as being that, we get the handler base type as being that, one or the other. In either case, we are now going to say handler's base type is that. And in fact, we could just move it down to like right here and say, now we need it. Cool. Now, if this is all correct, when we come back up to here, we no longer need handler list fields because we're generating them. That goes away. So that actually gets rid of a it prevents the double looping. So I think that is done. So my checklist Done. Update generated verify to do a null check. Where would that be? It's in the mock type builder. I don't know what my code does. Do you know what my code does? I don't know what it does. Mock type, shim types, events, index search property. It's not in the actual type builder. It's outside of it. It's the mock builder? I think so. So we do the mock type builder, expectation mapping. This is the constructors. It's up above here, right? Verify builder there. Yes, of course, it's the verify builder. That was obvious. So we get the failures, we indent. And now here we say this dot handlers count is not null. Now we're going to assume we're going to handle this in just a moment, but this is what we need to change. Is not null. And so we need to do this for all three. Oh, no. We need a space there. That's critical. There, that took care of that. And so we put the handlers in there. Perfect. Now, create two verify methods on expectations. Yes, but you're way off. You need three because we don't have a list of T handler anymore. We have a list of, we have a handlers. We have a handlers callback, and then we have a handlers callback and return. Yeah, the first one is just a handler, so we can say that. Let's put our three in, make stuff break, and then we'll unbreak it. This will be handlers. We don't need that anymore. And so that type param goes away. No, I don't need SharePoint. I absolutely do not need SharePoint. I thought I put, wouldn't that allow you to now do a where on it? If not, I'm really messed up now. Because handlers, yeah, I know it's not intended to use directly. Huh? But you, jeez, that's gonna put a wrinkle in things. I've got to be missing something obvious here. So if I come into here, so a list of handlers, I could say handlers dot where, because a where, like if I go look at what a where is, it's an extension method that's looking for an enumerable. Fair enough, okay? But now if I come to my handlers here, I should be able to say handlers dot where. And that works because we have a handler function, all that crap. So what is the problem here? Protected list of string of verify. Let's declare a body. Oh, jeez. You know, pro tip here for any aspiring developer out there. You got to make sure that you put in the right syntax, and you got to make sure you write correct code for your code to compile and run and execute. So just giving you that for free. There you go. This one is going to be handlers of T callback, where T callback is a delegate. Why are you barking? Oh, because the callback type. There. Then let's copy this one. Copied that, except now we want T return value. And the return value type, right? Because you don't know what that is. But I actually have to have the cursor on it. Otherwise, it's impossible. What are you complaining about? Yeah, I know. Fine, type parameter that the return type. Now, return type, return value type. There. Now here's the thing. I think when I'm generating the code, let's close that and close that, close that. Here, I think this should be able to figure this out. Like, that's my hope. Yeah, I should not have to put in here the actual types, I think. Actually, now that I look at this, let me go to handlers. Let's go to what a handler is. And what are we doing here? What's our intent? Handlers where the expected call count isn't equal. You know, actually, now that I think about this, could I have one here that just takes a handlers? No, I can't, because they don't derive from each other. But I think I should be able to. Something's telling me can I actually do that? If you specify here, that's the same thing here, like with where. Technically, the where needs the thing, but based on what you're passing in, it assumes that the func is what you're passing in, and then you give back a bool. So you don't have to specify all those types. So I'm assuming in this case that should work. Now, in the handle members in the mock. So if we come back up here, we want to go into, where would this all happen? In every method, property, and indexer. So mock method value and void builder. We want to find something like count. And there's only one place for that. Okay, so that actually makes this simple. Is not null. There. What about the void builder? Find count. And there should be only one of those. Good, 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 good. Is not null. The actual changing of all the code is going to be a pain in the butt. But that's the price to pay, right? Now we need the property. Oh, I think if I remember right, they actually end up calling either the void or the value builder and let it handle it because they're technically methods. So I think if I go look at the mock property builder, no, there isn't. See, I knew that. I knew that mock property and then mock indexer builder. There should be one of those two. Oh, you're not going to do that. Is not, no. Let's see if you find any more of those. Oh, you do. We better check the property one as well. Is not null. Go to the property one. Do you find any more of those? You should. One more. Okay. Is not null. There. And then the for each just falls out like it should because that's what we were designing for. When adding an expectation, change that to do a if else using the new handlers. Easy. Of course it's easy. This was far more work than I expected. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Actually, this probably won't be too bad because we make the handler, and if this dot expectations handler, yeah. So what do we want it to be? I think we need to say here now, if this dot expectations dot handlers is null, we want to do something very similar to this. It has to actually be the handler. And there's no parameters. That's why we don't do a variable name context. So we do that, else we say this, no, if that, else. We put that in a block, and then we say add the handler because we've already created it. And then we take this out. Cool. So we basically need to do that on all of these. Yeah, except now we want to say if we have to now be a little bit smarter because we need to put the handler in a context. Else that, nope, that, nope, that. We just add that. Okay, so that was the expectations for the method. And I think those are the only two places that we do that. Pretty sure. If this, we do that, else we do that. And then that. Okay, so that's the methods. Now the properties. We do the same thing. So we're going to move that up. We're going to put that there. And now here we say this is a new handler. Wait, I wasn't saying handlers there, but I was saying handler, right? Yeah, and then handler. Okay, just making sure. Else, curly brace, curly brace. And then the setter is the same thing, right? So we get the handler, we say that, else we now set that in the build. One more indexer. And we need two of those. So down here, wait, did I do that on the property? No, I didn't. See, I would have missed that. Handler. Check twice, cut 3 times, and something else. Handler. Else that and that. And then we go down to the setter and we do that. Except this time we need to use a context because it is possible that we have a thing coming in. Else that, and we already did that, so that. And the setter was or the getter was correct. Okay, cool. So we did all those 3. Run all integration and code generation tests. How much do you want to bet that this is just going to work the first time? Just completely no problem. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to run the integration tests. If that works, I'll just go right to running the code gen tests. If it doesn't, I'll run a unit test to see where the problem is. So that's the state I'll be in when I come back. Okay. I'm going to do more work off camera because apparently I don't even know how to code. The biggest thing I notice here, a couple things is with the pragmas and spacing and stuff, but obviously the problems are the bigger deal. What I don't want to do here is put handler here. What I actually want to do is put that there. Yeah, that pretty much cleared up everything. So the biggest problem right now is that when I create the actual handlers type, that's one of them. What's the other one? There's one down here. This is handlers, and it says it's a handlers of a func int string. But the problem is, yeah, that's why. That's why I had a handler here, because you need more than just the type here. You need to actually have the handler itself, and where the handler is actually of this type. So I've got more work to do, and trying to do that on camera is going to be a little bit hard. So I think I'm close. So let me just take some notes here. The first one is, let's do some fixes. When the handlers type is generated, they all need a T handler constrained to the right handler type. So that was one of them. And then I think, see, that actually gets a little annoying. What we would want is this here. See, what I would want is thandler, and that actually defines the callback and the return, but you need it also in the generic because those two are needed to be specified to say which handler do you want, and you need to have the right one. I mean, actually, now that I look at this, if I said handler of 0, yeah, we need something that actually is constrained to the right thing. So what we really want this to be is that, what that is. Well, actually, and this, except not all of that, because we just need this, I think. And then this could be, once I fix everything, could be handler of 0. So you specify the type of the handler, which would be constrained to a handler of callback and return type. And of course, these still have to be specified because otherwise you don't know which one to call. Again, I'm going to do a little bit more investigation to this off camera because I feel like this is just a little squirrely. Like it could be a little bit nicer. So in any event, so it's a little close, still needs some more work. Let's go look through the rest of the things. This, if I type this right, I think then it actually, yeah, then it knew which one to call. Add range of verify. Verify was the one of callback and return. So it said, yep, that's the one you want to call. If actually I do an F12 there, then it goes to that one, which is exactly what we wanted. And again, it doesn't really matter because really the base type for all of them is what we're trying to do. But I don't, that's the thing. I don't know if you can, maybe if I made them covariant or contravariant. Make a note, Jason. I keep could contra variants help with having one verify defined. That would mean though that we need the two handlers to derive from handler again. So I don't know if that's actually what we want. Maybe not. Keeping it 3 would be just fine. I mean, it's a little bit extra work, but whatever. And then the last one here, if we make the type right, this will fall through and eventually and make this work again. So it's close. It's close, but I need to do a little bit more work. I'm going to do all that, fix all the tests. And so in the next episode, I will start by going through the work that I did, hopefully by closing this and moving on to something else. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.